All right. I think I'm good. Let's make sure. All right, I'm good. Hello, folks, and welcome to my first time live ever stream. I have my headphones on, and there's a slight delay in my voice. I just wanted to make sure that I could actually hear myself on this. If you can't hear me, all one of you, let me know. Basically, this is just a test live stream. I've never done this before, so I figured, Sunday, I don't really have anything going on, so I'm going to go ahead and start doing these live test streams. The problem I had was, right now I'm on my laptop webcam, which I did not want to do. I spent a week hooking up my Canon camera to the laptop so I can use that to start streaming, and I had everything going great. The only problem was I have a battery issue where if you live stream with your Canon camera, it'll suck the battery dry, like in 10 minutes. So I bought a power cord for my Canon camera. They sent it to me, and it's the wrong one. So I have to use my webcam because I didn't want my battery to die on the Canon, so there it is. Anyway, all I wanted to do is just talk about what I've been doing, what we're going to try to do, what I'm trying to do. Obviously, I've been at home for a while, so no cruises, nothing like that so far, which stinks. I was trying to get a cruise. I'm off work from June 30th till July the 6th, and I was trying to get a cruise in, and I had a cruise. I was going to go on a cruise, the Sunshine, I think, the Carnival Sunshine, and they sold out, so I missed out on that. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to go on a cruise this month or not, but other than that, I haven't had any content to put out. So what I started doing is more of my IMO, which is, in my opinion, just ship reviews where I've had previous ships reviewing them. And man, it's hard to do that. I'm live streaming.
I know, but it sounds like there's like a reverb or something.
Oh, it's probably my. Is it? Hold on. Is it bad? Let me unplug this. Does it sound better now?
I don't know. Let me go.
Voyager T just told me I had a lot of reverb. Again, it's the first time I've ever done this. I had my headphones in, so maybe that's why. I don't know. I'm using an external mic, obviously. It's right in front of my face, so maybe that's the problem.
Yeah, it sounds better now.
Okay, it was my headphones. Sorry, my headphones was awesome. I had to hear myself to make sure that you can hear me, and I put my headphones on, and there was a delay, so sorry. Again, first ever stream. So anyway, let's get back to what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so what I'm doing, my IMO, the ship reviews, stuff like that, and it's very hard to do because I've got to record myself talking about the ship, and then I have to go back and find footage of the ship that I was on and implement that into my video, and it takes about a week to do. And the one I'm doing now is the Freedom of the Seas, which is my favorite ship. Probably one. It's not my favorite ship, but it's top 3, maybe. I don't know. It's probably my favorite ship. I love that ship. We've been on it twice. I just did a ship review of it. I haven't put it out on YouTube yet. I'm going to. And yeah, I love that ship. And it's just taken me a while to blog it and all that stuff and edit it and get it all right. So anyway, we've got a cruise coming up, but it's in September 3rd through the 10th, and we're going back on the Mardi Gras. Voyager T and I went on it January the 15th through the 22nd, and really loved that ship. And we're going back September 3rd, and this time we're taking some friends and family along with us this time. But again, I've been trying to find a cruise before then, because the way my work week, month, whatever you want to call it, works, I have a week off every other month with my schedule. My schedule is weird because I work 12-hour shifts and I work 3 days a week, but 1 month I have to work the whole week through, and then the next month I get a whole week off. So I'll try to get cruises in those weeks that I have off. I had a guy ask me how I have so much PTO and going on all these cruises. I don't have a lot of PTO. I just have weeks off every other month, and I try to get in a cruise during those months. So, anyway, I'm trying to get a cruise in July. My birthday's coming up in July. I don't want to say the date, and I don't want to say how old I am, but it involves middle age, the midpoint, and it has 5 involved in it, and that's as far as I'm going. But I'm not looking forward to that because who wants to hit that mark? I don't. Okay, so what else am I doing? Hi, guys. Hi, C-Leg. Hi, Tom. I've been doing this since October. I went on a cruise back in July, right when the revamp of the cruise ships got going. My wife got me a cruise for my birthday, and it was a 4-day cruise on the Carnival Breeze. And it was the first cruise, obviously, since the pandemic that I was able to go on a cruise, so I decided to start filming it. I was actually going to try this years ago, and I just kind of didn't do it. I filmed some stuff, but it never really took off. So once I got on the Carnival Breeze, I really did some filming and got my GoPro and my Canon camera and did as much filming as I could and had that. And then probably around October, I decided to start figuring out how to edit and actually do that. So I've been doing it since October, and it has not been easy. The best way I can put it, because I've had to learn how to edit. I've had to learn how to film correctly. I've had to learn how to use these things, audio mic. Sorry, it makes a loud noise when you hit that. But I've had to learn everything from scratch. And when you're my age, this stuff is easy to the younger groups. They know all this stuff. They know about all these computers and all these technology that's up now. And I'm old school, so learning all of this has been I've been doing it for 8 months now, and I'm still learning. So just to give you an idea of how hard it is for me, it's not easy. But I'm doing it, and I'm going to continue to do it. And hopefully I'm getting better at doing it. So, this is my first live stream, and it took me 3 days to figure out how to live stream. Because the one great thing about YouTube is if you want to know anything, all you got to do is get in there and just type it in, and there's 500 courses on how to do stuff. So to all the tech wizards and stuff for YouTube, they've pretty much gotten me going on this, and then I can't believe I'm even live right now because I figured I'd screwed that up. But so far so good, except for the headphones and the reverb. But other than that, hold on, I'm taking my drink of coffee. Hey, Pat. Pat's my number 1 fan, by the way. I can always count on her being in a live stream. So, again, I'm trying to find a cruise sometime in that last of June to July, first week of July area. And it's probably not the best time to try to find one because it's close to the holiday, 4th of July. Every time I've looked up a cruise, all I'm trying to do is find like a 3 or 4 day cruise so I can film it, and I'm also trying to find a ship that I haven't been on yet. I only cruise Royal Caribbean and Carnival, and that's not because I don't like the other ships or the other cruise lines. It's because I get offers through Royal Caribbean, I get offers through Carnival. Since I gamble a lot on the boats or the ships, I get cruise offers, and Carnival sends me cruise offers all the time. And why if it's that cheap, I'm going to take it every time. I obviously prefer going on Royal Caribbean ships. They are my favorite ships that I've been on. I've never been on went on a Disney cruise once years ago with our son when he was young, but they don't have casinos, so that was a no-go for me immediately. If I want to do a Disney thing, I'll just go to Disney World. But other than that, what are the other ones? RCL, or not RCL, that's Royal Caribbean. NCL, Norwegian Cruise Line, never been on one of theirs, never been on Celebrity. We really want to try Celebrity because we've heard really good things about it. MSC, I've never heard. I've heard good things, but I've heard more bad things than good things about MSC. And if we're going to do a different cruise, I would really like to try either Norwegian Cruise Line or Celebrity for sure. But other than that, it's really just been Carnival and Royal Caribbean because, they send me free cruises. They send me, not necessarily free, but they send me really, really cheap cruises. And, why would you pass those up? So anyway, I'm trying to find another cruise, a ship that I have not been on. This year alone, we've cruised more in the past year than I've ever cruised. We used to cruise maybe once a year, and we'd always do it during Thanksgiving because it was a time that I could get off work and it was a time that Voyager T could get off work. So we would always do a week cruise in November. Since the restart, I've been on the Carnival Breeze. Then we went on the Freedom of the Seas, Royal Caribbean. Then we went on the Oasis of the Seas in Royal Caribbean. Then we went on the, I'm trying to think here. Then we went on the Carnival Mardi Gras. Then it was the Independence of the Seas. Then the Wonder of the Seas. And then Voyager T went on a cruise, a girl cruise in April. And then I went on a Carnival Freedom. So what is that, 7 cruises in 1 year? That's insane for us. And I've kind of gotten more addicted to it to where I just want to go all the time. So it's kind of becoming a very expensive hobby. Hopefully I can find another cruise in July because I really want to go back to another one. So anyway, let me look at my little thing here. High sea legs. Let's see. We've seen your progress. We know. Yeah, I know everybody knows the struggle. It's hard. But yeah, since I started out with a GoPro, and I had a Canon Rebel T6i that I used to just take pictures. And excuse me, my son I bought a GoPro 8 back in July for the cruise that I went on in Carnival Breeze. Then my son got me a GoPro 10 for Christmas. Then I bought a Canon EOS R P mirrorless camera because the Rebel T6i didn't really do good for video. So I wanted to get better video shots, so I got that. Then I got a stabilizer. Then I got microphones, and then it just keeps building and building and building. Then when I wanted to start doing this on YouTube, I needed a really good laptop that could do editing and all that stuff, so I had to buy a new laptop. This has been a very expensive project for me. Lighting, boom mics. I don't even know what a boom mic was until now. Microphone. Bought this Blue Yeti like a couple weeks ago. Heard it was a really good mic, so I thought, okay, let's get it and see how it works. So yeah, I have spent the money on starting this vacation Voyager journey, I guess is the best way to put it. But yeah, first live stream. This is not a big deal as far as, I don't have any elaborate things to say right now. It's more of a test run than anything, and just kind of just to make sure that I'm doing all this stuff right, because again, I've never done a live stream before. I do Facebook Live sometimes when I'm on the ship because I could figure that one out, but the YouTube Live thing and the studio and the OBS and all this other stuff that I have to figure out, it's it takes me a while. So anyway, sorry, I'm looking at my computer here and making sure everything's still working. Okay, so anything other than that, this is my room, by the way. It's actually my music room. If you can look in the background, you can notice all of my padding that I have on the walls. That actually was meant for me playing my instruments, keeping the echo out of my room. It had nothing to do with this. So that was one thing I didn't have to spend money on, is all of the echoing in my room. I've already had everything padded up. But yeah, I've tried to turn this room into a music room / studio editing room. Everything. It's I've got everything in this room. Clothes, closet over here. So was I on? Yeah. Wait, was I? Yeah, we was on the Independence of the Seas this past February. We were on it, I want to say the 22nd, we were on the last week of February. And yeah, we were on the Independence of the Seas. Me and Voyager T and her mom and a friend of hers, I think it was her cousin that went. We went on the, I believe it was a 3-day that we went on the Independence of the Seas. Yeah, I love that ship. It's pretty similar to the Freedom. Obviously, it's a Freedom class ship, but it's set up exactly like the Freedom of the Seas. And yeah, we were on that. And we like that ship too. They've been doing, my favorite ships, they've been doing 3 and 4 day cruises on. They're still doing 3 and 4 day cruises on the Freedom. They're still doing 3 and 4 day cruises on the Independence of the Seas. I would go back to the Independence of the Seas or the Freedom, but again, I'm trying to find ships that I have not been on yet and trying to video those and vlog those and all that stuff. But yeah, Independence was a good ship, and it's pretty much identical to Freedom of the Seas. That was your first one. Okay. I have a story about that. We went on, alright, me and Voyager T, our first cruise was July 1999. And the very first ship we ever sailed on was the Carnival Ecstasy. And I still have the card from the Carnival Ecstasy. And that was the, I don't want to say it was the worst ship that we've ever been. It was the first ship we ever went on. That thing rocked back and forth. It made me sick. I think it made her sick. It was not a fun cruise. But I remember when we would go up to port, I know we went to Nassau. We went to port, and we would see all these much bigger, much prettier ships that were blue, and they had this big blue anchor on them, and we were like, oh wow. And we would just point at it like, one of these days we're going to get on that ship, because that's look at the size of that. We looked like we were on a dinghy compared to those ships. So it was like not a dream of ours, but we were like, if we ever go back on a cruise, let's try one of those. We didn't do it until golly, mid 2008 to 10 area. T knows better about dates than I do. I'm horrible with dates. But our first cruise ever was in 99, and it was the Carnival Ecstasy. And our second cruise, we did the crap, I'm having a brain fart. The Disney Magic. And we took our son on the Disney Magic. After that was our first Royal Caribbean cruise. And once we got on a Royal Caribbean cruise, we were sold. I mean, to me, that was just the greatest thing ever. We loved the Royal Caribbean ship. I can't remember. I wish Voyager 2 was in here to help me remember which one we went on first, but I know it wasn't one of the bigger ships, because we were on a smaller Royal Caribbean ship, and while we were out, that's when they first released the Oasis of the Seas, and we saw that one actually sailing beside us on our way back to the port. And then we were like, holy crap, let's get on that. I mean, it was twice the size. So that was the cruise we went on after, I want to say it was the Mariner of the Seas, but I'm terrible with remembering what cruise ships we were on. Oh, there we are, 2000. See? See, my Voyager T knows everything. 2009 is when we went on that. Let's see. I'm sorry, I'm not even looking at the messages. So now I am. What's my favorite port? Hold on, Voyager T. That was the Carnival. I don't know. It was a Carnival ship. It wasn't the Elation. She was asking me what the purple ship we were on. But yeah, we've only cruised Royal Caribbean and we've only cruised Carnival. Those are the two ships, again, because that's all we get offers from them all the time, so we always do that. But my favorite port is, golly, man, I've been to so many ports. I got to say Grand Cayman. Grand Cayman is probably my favorite port because of the turtles, the sea turtles. That was the coolest thing I think we've ever done. Grand Cayman has like a sanctuary, I guess, for sea turtles, and we went on that excursion, and they had all these different levels of sea turtle areas. Like they had the little baby sea turtles, the birthing area of the sea turtles, the juvenile sea turtles that you can actually get into the water, pick them up, play with them, hold them. Golly, then they had they also breed them there, so they had that area. And then they had this big lagoon that you could get in and snorkel. And they had sea turtles in there as well, and you can snorkel with the sea turtles. So that was probably, just for that reason alone, that was probably my favorite port. Honduras is also probably one of my favorite ports because of the monkeys, the birds, all of that stuff. We did sharks. We've been there twice. Our son swam with sharks the first time we went. We went to that area where they had all of the, they had some, not tigers, I think they had a leopard actually. They had a caged leopard, they had a bunch of birds, and then they had an area where you can snorkel with nurse sharks, and then they had an area where you can go out and just snorkel freely in the ocean, and that was a really cool area. And then just recently when we went on the Carnival Mardi Gras, no, it wasn't the Carnival Mardi, sorry, Wonder of the Seas. We went to Honduras on the Wonder of the Seas, and we got to go to the monkey and the sloth area, and man, that was the coolest thing ever to hold a sloth. If you've never held a sloth before, T was scared of them at first because they have those gigantic claws and they were intimidating looking, but once you pick one of those things up, it was pouring down rain when we went, so the sloths were soaking wet. They smelt horrible. But when they put them on you, they just hugged you, and they looked like they were in slow motion at the entire time. It was the coolest thing ever. And that was another really good port that we had gone to. But pretty much all of those ports, any of those islands and stuff, they're all great. Oh, God, do I like the Royal Private Island. Yeah, especially after I just got back from Freedom and we went to their private island, the Princess Cays, however you want to say it. Royal Caribbean's island is really, really cool. But we've been on it 4 times this year alone. And I'm not a water park kind of person anymore. My body cannot handle water park slides and all that stuff. It beats me up. But the beaches and stuff, I think I went kayaking one time when I was at the Coco Key. And yeah, I love the island. And I love the fact that they have all of those little areas where they have shops. They have the locals boat into the island to sell stuff. And they have, it's just a really cool island. It feels like you're kind of not really in Nassau, but the fact that they have all of these cool little areas. They got the lagoon. They got the gigantic water park. They've got all of these different activities. They've got a couple places to eat, and then they have all of these little huts where you can go shopping and get stuff. That's really cool. And it actually saved us one time because we were on, I think, the Independence of the Seas, as a matter of fact, and T forgot her toothbrush, and I went down to the store inside the ship to see if they had a toothbrush, and they didn't. So when we got to Coco Key, the first thing I did was get off the ship and go down there, and they actually had toothbrushes for sale on Coco Key, so kind of saved us there. Let me look here. Ecstasy was your first ship too. Yeah, they're fixing to tear it apart. I think October is Ecstasy's last sailing, somewhere in that area. So yeah, that thing, it's been so long ago I couldn't even tell you anything about it. I mean, it's been 23 years ago since we went on that ship. But again, it was our first ship. We knew nothing about cruising back then. The the ship was just back and forth, swaying back and forth. So it wasn't a great experience the first time. I do remember getting to their first buffet that they had. I'm a very picky eater. And I remember me and T going to their buffet. It had a long line of food, and everything that I saw, I couldn't eat because I'm such a picky eater. They had all these weird concoctions of food, and I just remember getting like a piece of bread and a piece of meat, and like, because again, I didn't know what to expect. I pretty much ate hot dogs and I think pizza the entire time we were on that cruise. (2004) The Sensation. I think we've been on the Sensation. I think that was our second Royal Caribbean. I mean, our second Carnival cruise. We usually do nothing but Royal Caribbean. For a long time, that's all we wanted to do. Because after we got on the Royal Caribbean ship, we told ourselves we'll never go back on a Carnival. It's just Royal Caribbean's food's better, it's bigger, it's nicer, blah, blah, blah. But the first couple times we went on the Carnival ships, we didn't have really good experiences. So then we did nothing but Royal Caribbean. It wasn't until me and T went on an anniversary cruise, we did the Carnival Elation that sailed out of New Orleans. And that was the first Carnival cruise that we had done in 5, 6, 7 years. And we loved it. It was not a big boat. Ship. Wasn't a big ship. We sailed out of New Orleans, and I think we went to Cozumel and Belize. I want to say it was only a 5-day cruise, but we loved that cruise. The people on the ship were really cool. It was, during the time where we had to sit with other people at dinner tables and stuff, so we met a bunch of different people. They were really cool. We just had a really good time on that ship. So that kind of was my second, chance of Carnival, giving Carnival a second chance, because it was really a good cruise. So yeah, after that we kind of started molding our way back into Carnival ships again. See, I can't do it. See, Legs, I cannot do a balloon ride at Coco Cay. I cannot do it. If there's two things it scares me to death, is spiders and heights. I cannot do that balloon ride. I can't do it. There's just no way. Even that slide, I wouldn't. One of the main reasons why I don't want to do water slides is because I don't want to climb the stairs to get up there to do the water slide. The stairs is more scarier than the slide, if you ask me. And yeah, I cannot do that stuff. I'm terrified of heights. The Elation was called a rust bucket by some, but we had a great time. Yeah, it's still sailing. As a matter of fact, I was looking. I think it's in Jacksonville right now. I was looking to see if they had a cruise in, in the first week of July is what I was wanting to try, and they had the Elation. I think again it's in Jacksonville right now, but they did have cruises, but. It's one thing I hate about my schedule, because I'm off from when am I off from? Thursday through the next Wednesday. Most ships sell different dates, so it's either I've got to take a couple extra days off to be able to do those cruises, or I have to find something within that week. And it's hard because most ships sell out when I'm either fixing to have to go back to work or I'm still working before the end of it. Excuse me, my throat's getting scratchy. See, she's the expert. Voyager T knows about every sailing, every date. I'm terrible with that. We did the Elation in November of 2011. Or the Sensation. No. Yeah, the Sensation was 2011. But we did the Elation later on, like 2016, 2015. We've done so many cruises in the past 10, 15 years, I cannot keep up with them. And that sounds like a really, arrogant thing to say, but it's just the truth. I'm not good with dates and remembering all of that stuff, but we've been on so many, it's really hard to keep up. I'm looking at your questions. Do you like what's private island? Of course I do. Yeah, that missing toothbrush thing was funny because, again, as soon as we got on the ship, it was, I think I forgot my toothbrush. Oh, no problem. I'll go downstairs and get you one. Went down to the little store that they have all of their, stuff where they sell their toothpaste and their toiletries, whatever. Went down there, was like, yeah, I need to get a toothbrush. Oh, no, we don't have any. We're sold out of toothbrushes. I'm like, so this is not an uncommon thing for people to forget their toothbrush. So we had to improvise until we got on that island. I didn't think we were going to find a toothbrush on Coco Key, but we found a toothbrush on Coco Key, so it was actually quite amazing. And one thing I want to say about Coco Key, the people that go to that island to sell out of those huts are some of the nicest, coolest people I've ever met. I met a young dude that was in one of the huts when we were on our Independence of the Sea cruise, and young guy, he had a little acoustic old guitar beside him, and he had like a notepad, and he was writing notes down and stuff, and I was looking at his stuff in his shop, and I'm like, oh, you play guitar? And he was like, yeah, man, I play guitar. And we got to talking about music because I play guitar and stuff too, so we started talking, and he started asking me about, he was basically asking me to teach him how to play guitar, and I'm not that good of a guitar player. I was like, well, I play chords and stuff. Could you teach me how to do some finger exercises? He was asking me to do all of these things for him. I'm like, oh my God. So I tried to give him as much knowledge as I could, but he was such a sweet kid. And looking at his guitar, I think he had one of the strings was missing. So he had a 6-string acoustic that had, I think, the missing high E was missing. And when my wife went on the girl cruise in April, I had a set of strings because they were going to Coco Key. So I grabbed those strings and I told her, I don't remember the guy's name. He's in a hut. He should be the guy that has a guitar beside him. And ask them if they find him, give him a set of these acoustic strings. And they went, and sure enough, they found him, and they gave him those strings. It was so cool because he was so happy, and he actually remembered me, which really floored me because I wouldn't think as many people as, that go in and out of that place, he wouldn't have remembered me, but he actually did. So that was really cool. And actually, every time we go back to that island, I make it a point. I haven't been back since, but I'm going to make it a point to go see him. Hopefully he's still there when I go the next time because he was such a sweet kid, probably maybe early 20s, the most polite, just loved that guy. Loved that area, loved all those people that work in that area. It's just really cool to see that. You saw me on Freedom last night. We weren't on the Freedom last month. Oh, the Carnival Freedom. I get the Freedom of the Seas and the Carnival Freedom so messed up. Did you like the Freedom, the Carnival Freedom? I ask people that all the time. You were in our muster station, the non-existent J. Oh, yeah, my idiotic. We were on the Carnival Freedom. And I was trying to find the muster station, and I was recording it. And as I was walking through, you had to go outside of the, I think it was deck 4 or whatever, but it's where you go outside where the lifeboats are above you. And they had the little green lettering above it that had the letters. And for whatever reason, I missed H. Or my muster station was H. And I think I was at D, then E, then F. And then I just lost all letters. And I just kept going and going. And then I got into J. And I'm like, so I turned around and went back. Still couldn't find the letter H. And it wasn't until one of the muster station dudes just came up and scanned my card and did it. I didn't even know I was in H until after I got back home and started editing the footage. And when I was when I was watching the recorded footage, I saw the big gigantic letter H in the the big green sign that said H as I was walking through, and I'm like, oh my God, I was sitting there the whole time. Never saw it when I was on the ship. I just went to that guy because everybody else was going there saying, is this the area? So I just gave him my card thinking, oh, if it takes it, great. Yeah, that was insane. But don't y'all just love the muster stations now? Is that not the coolest thing ever? Getting on a ship and just going up there. I remember when we had to grab our life jackets out of our room. Everybody had to go to their muster station, sit in a room, wherever it was, put on the life jacket while you're sitting down with 500 other people, click it, had to do all of the clicking and belt and all that stuff, and then you had to sit there and go through the whole spiel about safety and all that, and then you had to hear the beep 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 for 30 minutes. It was a nightmare. Now it's the coolest thing in the world. You just go in there, they show you how to do it, you get out. I hope they never change that. And I did, a matter of fact, my next my next video, I talk about how most of the cruises that I've been on in the past month or so, towards the end of the when you're fixing to sail off, when you hear the captain get on the mic or on the intercom, and he says that there's still 170 something people who hasn't done the muster station, so they need to get it done before we can sail off. And I'm like, how are people not doing that when they first get on the ship? It's the easiest thing in the world to do, except when people have to get like reservations and stuff done on their restaurants, their live paid restaurants and all that stuff. They have to do that first. That's fine, but muster station should be the first thing you do as soon as you get on the ship. Yeah, I love that picture of the guy with the guitar strings. That was so cool. Yes, we have considered cruising to Bermuda. As a matter of fact, that's one of the cruises I was looking at for July, was Bermuda. But couldn't find one in my time frame, so that's definitely one thing that we have been wanting to do, because we love the fact that when you go to Bermuda, you are actually there for 3 days. So when the ship gets there, you can get on and off the ship for 3 straight days before they take you back. I think the one that we looked at was leaving New York. Can't remember which ship it was, but it left New York, New Jersey area, went to Bermuda for 3 days, and then came back. So I think it was a 7-day cruise. Might have been a 6-day cruise. But yeah, we've been wanting to go to Bermuda. We've never been there. So that's one of the bucket list places to go. And also, we've never been on the West Coast cruising, except we went on an Alaska cruise, but we've never been like in the Mexican Riviera area, whatever you call it. We've never been on a cruise on that part. The only time we did go on the West Coast was, again, the Alaska cruise that was on a Royal Caribbean ship. Couldn't tell you the name of it. Matter of fact, my brother-in-law and his wife and Voyager T's niece and nephew just got back from an Alaska cruise. They were on one of the Quantum ships. I don't know if it was the Quantum of the Seas or the one of those Quantum class ships. Voyager T could tell me here in a minute. So we went on the Explorer when we were in Alaska. Adventure of the Seas now out of Bayonne, and I think Celebrity Summit. See, I'd love to do a Celebrity. Virgin, has anybody been on a Virgin cruise yet? Because that is another one that I would really like to try, just because of seeing other videos from other cruise vloggers. Like, I know Ben and David did one once and saw them do the Virgin Scarlet Lady, I believe, and it just looked like such a cool, unique ship. I'd like to try that too, but I know it's an adult cruise ship, so it's kind of like, okay, how adult is it? I know kids aren't allowed on the ship, but is it, is it a kind of a whole different atmosphere, or is it just adults only type of thing? Okay, cool. T was asking if the casinos were open when they were in Bermuda. So they did open them, which is cool because I have to be. When I go on cruise ships, I have to be in a casino. I love casinos. As a matter of fact, I could not understand why when we were on the Carnival Freedom, we went to Nassau. I know when you go to ports that you have to close down all of the shops and stuff like that for rules and regulations as far as ports are concerned. And I know they closed down the casinos. But Royal Caribbean, when they go to their private island, they keep their casino open because it's their island. So I thought when we went to Princess Keys that the Carnival Freedom would have kept their stuff open because we were at a private island, and they closed everything down on the ship. They even closed the pool down. They had the aft pool open, but the main Lido pool was closed. All of the shops, everything was closed. Casino, everything was closed. And I did not get off the ship to go to Princess Keys. I stayed on the ship to do the ship tour, and yeah, it got really boring really quick after I did the ship tour because nothing was open on the Carnival Freedom, not even the casino. And I couldn't figure out why they would not leave that open since it's their island. So if anybody knows anything about that, let me know, because I was curious about that. Because I know Royal Caribbean kept their casino open when we were at Coco Key. So, I figured since it's their island, they can do whatever they want. It is so hot in my room right now. It's probably me sweating because I'm doing my first live vlog. I need to turn on my fan. Give me a second. Oh. We live in Tennessee, and it's supposed to be, 100 degrees tomorrow? Not looking forward to that. Not looking forward to that at all. Oh, man. Gosh, what does that mean? When I see messages retracted, does that mean that they're being ugly and mean or what? I never could understand that. Have you considered cruising to Bermuda? See, I'm scrolling down through your stuff, so give me a second. Yeah, I'm only going to do this for about 10 more minutes. Again, this was my first ever live vlog. I wanted to test everything out, my equipment. I wanted to test myself out to see if I can even sit here and carry on a conversation with a microphone and a screen where I don't see people, I just see myself talking. And that's the weirdest thing in the world for me to do. Usually I'm just looking into a camera, but now I'm looking at my face as I'm talking to you, talking back to me, thinking how awful I look right now. I had to put my hat on because my hair looked... Well, we'll just show you. Look at that mop. Sorry. But, what was I talking about? Besides the fact I'm hot. Oh yeah, it's 100 degrees tomorrow in Tennessee. We live in the Nashville area. And it is so hot right now. I forgot. I was going to tell you all something. Let me take a drink. So, you know, like you guys, I watch, matter of fact, we all watch. Voyager T watches. We love watching other vloggers. I'm not a type of guy who thinks he's going to be competitive in this cruise world field on YouTube. I just love doing it. I don't care. I obviously want to get to 1,000 subscribers just as a personal goal and that kind of stuff, but we love watching other cruise vloggers. Obviously, the big guns, which are Ben and David, Cruising with Don, Lolita Loca, Para DJ, all of them. You know, even... Oh, here it is. Of course. How do you get rid of these? It never fails that the idiots get on. Excuse me, I gotta delete these morons. God, what a bunch of jerks. Just another typical troll. Okay, sorry. There was somebody who decided they were going to put stupid crap on the message board. So anyway, what was I talking about? See, I lose my train of thought. Yeah, it kills me. And that's the one thing that my son is 23, and he knows so much about, you know, computers and all that stuff. He actually builds computers as a personal thing. And he knows a lot more about this than I do as far as all of these stupid, you know, hackers and trollers and all of that stuff. And I try to pick his brain as much as I can about how to avoid stuff like that when I get on. You know, most of my stuff is just uploading videos, so I've never had to worry about it before. But yeah, trying to do stuff live, trying to chat, not just on YouTube, but just Facebook or whatever. You get all of these stupid trolling messages and crap. I mean, I know it's part of the deal, but it doesn't mean it's not frustrating and aggravating as all get out. Yeah, Pat, you're going to have to get back on a cruise ship. You're just going to have to. I hope they start. I know we're still dealing with tests, and we're still dealing with vaccines and all that stuff, and I'm not going to get into that, you know, if it's right or wrong kind of crap, because, you know, I wear a mask when I'm supposed to. If they tell me I can't, I don't. If they tell me I need to, I will. I'm not going to argue about it, especially when we first started cruising, because I will say when it shocked me when I went on the cruise last year when I went on the Carnival Breeze, because it was during that time where COVID was really low and all that stuff. So they pretty much opened up the, you know, mask restrictions and all that stuff. Still had to have a COVID test and stuff, but there were no mask required whatsoever on the ship, and nobody wore a mask ever. And then the following week, is when it just kind of went kaput and everything started jumping up again, and they started doing more restrictions and stuff like that. So, you got to kind of just play the game. If, cruise ships want you to wear a mask, wear a mask. I don't like doing it as much as anybody else, but it would kill me when they would tell you to wear a mask in certain areas like the elevator and nobody would be wearing a mask and people would be coughing on you while you were in the elevator, and you're like, oh God, is that just a choky cough or is that a COVID cough? Oh God. So, it's part of the game, but hopefully it's going to end so more people can get out there and cruise and actually enjoy it instead of having to worry about other people and themselves wearing masks, especially in July. God, it's going to be so hot. Oh my God, they did it again. Sorry, they keep doing it. Alright, that's probably my sign of getting off here because they will not stop giving me these stupid messages on my chat. That's another thing I got to learn about next time I do a live feed. I've got to learn how to keep these morons off of my feed, if it's possible. But, never know. So, again, just to end, first time. Sorry, I keep repeating myself a lot, but this was more of a test run than anything. And again, I'm trying to find a cruise this July. If I can't, then we'll be on the Mardi Gras September 3rd through the 10th, which I'm looking forward to as well, because the last time we were on the Mardi Gras, we have the same itinerary. We go to the same ports. I think we go to Grand Turks, we go to Amber Cove, and before we were supposed to go to Puerto Rico. And in January when we went, Puerto Rico wasn't allowing ships at their ports at that time, so we ended up going to Nassau. And I like Nassau, but I've had enough of Nassau. Every cruise I've been on this year, we've gone to Nassau, and the last time I went to Nassau, though, I did actually go to Margaritaville, and I did check out their little water park, which was pretty cool and extremely empty. I could not believe how empty that place was. And I also couldn't believe it was the first time that we had gone to Nassau where there wasn't 5 or 6 ships at the dock, because when we were on the Independence of the Seas, I think there were like 6 ships all there at the same time. When we were on the Carnival Freedom, there was 2 ships. It was us and it was the Disney Magic, and that was it. And that kind of shocked me, because if you've been to Nassau, you know that they're doing a lot of construction and they keep adding more and more docks for ships to pull into. And to see Nassau with only 2 ships there, it was the first time I've ever seen it where there wasn't at least 4 ships. And I think it was on a Friday. So I was really shocked that Nassau didn't have any ships there. But I'm getting tired of Nassau. I did like Margaritaville. But other than that, if you've never been to Nassau, I'm sure most people who have cruised have been to Nassau. It's such an aggressive place to go. As soon as you get through the gates, it's just, they are hounding and pounding to get you in a taxi, to take you somewhere, to buy something. They want to sell you everything. They want to braid your hair. They want to do all of these things. And I get it, but when you've gone there over and over again, it kind of gets tiresome. So, yeah, I can do without Nassau for a little bit. I'd love to go somewhere different. But, again, getting back to the Mardi Gras cruise, we're supposed to go to Puerto Rico this time. So, hopefully, by the time we go, we will be able to go to Puerto Rico. We did enjoy Amber Cove, and we did enjoy Grand Turks. That's a good cruise as far as ports are concerned, because you know how most Eastern Caribbean or Western Caribbean, you're either going to Cozumel, you're going to Costa Maya, you're going to sometimes Belize, not a lot, but sometimes, or you're going to St. Thomas, what was the other one? St. Thomas, all those saints, St. Kitts, St. Nevis, all that stuff. St. Kitts and Nevis, all those. But I still love going to them. But I have not been. We went on a cruise sailing out of Puerto Rico, and it was right after the hurricane hit them, and that was sobering to see that, because that place was destroyed. I couldn't even believe we had to stay in a hotel, and the hotel was damaged, but it was, you can stay in it, but everything around the hotel, it was just destroyed. And that was the only time we've ever been in Puerto Rico. So hopefully the next time we go to Puerto Rico, we can go, and it's a different, atmosphere. All right, guys. I think I'm going to end it while I'm ahead. I don't even know if I'm ahead. I'm probably so way behind. I appreciate everybody who has been on here. Again, I didn't expect much out of this. I hope you all didn't. The more I do this, the more I'll figure it out. And other than that, I am doing a blog here probably next week. Again, it's one of my IMO's reviews of the ship, and I'm doing the Freedom of the Seas review. Other than that, until I can get on another ship and do some blogging, I hope I do, because, man, I got to get some content. All right, guys, I'm going to quit while I'm ahead. My head's hurting, and I'm so hot in this room. That fan is not cooling me off at all. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate everybody who has come in here to see my messy room and my messy self try to live stream for the first time. If you guys have any questions, whatever, message me. Thank you guys for watching. Sorry, I'm still looking at my thing. Yeah, next time, speaking of which, next time I do this, I'm going to promise each and every one of you, and I hope you're listening, Voyager T. Voyager T is going to be on this the next time I do this. So I know I've seen so many demand more Voyager T and less of this, and I get it. Nobody wants to see this face all the time. Want to see Voyager T more, and you're going to see Voyager T. Next live vlog or live stream that I do, Voyager T is going to be in there with me, because she's actually my fact checker, my facts checker. She can tell me everything that we've done in the past 30 years. I can't, so I need her. But thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Hopefully the next time this will be a lot better than it was now. And hopefully the naked HD dude won't be on here again. But thanks. I'll see you guys later. Peace and love. And I will see you guys later. Now I got to figure out how to end this stream. Bye.